Hey, Justin Ponnerly here. No, I'm not back to do Interstellar Pilot. We discussed this in the last video. I'm basically done with that. Got bored. Anyway, I'm just reminding people again and again and again because people ask. They ask about it. Anyway, what I'm here for is because I'm no longer depressed. I got my new girls with me. They helped lift my depression, so I'm okay now. I can do videos again. What this channel is going to be about, I don't really know. It's still probably going to be just a mix of things that I'm interested in. In this case, I watched a video that, I agree with the general point of it, but listen to how it's presented. You probably know this guy's face down here. Yeah, you probably do. As far as I was concerned, he was a man with integrity, but the way he presents the story it's just not good. Let's roll the tape. Anyway, so I'm gonna use this without permission, but because I'm giving commentary on it, it should be okay. So YouTube, if you see this, watch this first before you take it off, okay? Because this should be okay. Let's go.
A high school student in Canada has been arrested for declaring that men and women are different. Josh Alexander attended St. Joseph's High School, Catholic high school in Renfrew, Ontario. He was barred from school from the grounds for saying that God created two genders. When he showed up for class, police arrested him. You can see it on your screen right now. Josh, you were arrested because you showed up on campus at a Catholic school for saying that men and women are different. Have we overstated that?
No, that's exactly what happened. Female students complained to me and they said they were concerned because males were using their washrooms. This turned into a debate at the school and I stated my opinion on it. I used scripture to back that up and they removed me from the building for the remainder of the year, and when I attempted to attend class, I was arrested and charged.
High school. So
here's the problem. Now you guys probably listened to that and maybe you understood it the first time around, but I didn't necessarily understand what was going on, and I think other people in the comments misunderstood too. But after watching the video, I'm like, wait a second, I know what's going on here. Now, yeah, kids in a Catholic school, he's allowed to say those kind of things. At least you're supposed to be able to mention God in the what's in the Bible. It does say in the Bible, God created the male and female, but that's not why he's being arrested. And some people in the comments thought so. Let's check these out, shall we? So here's my comment. We'll get to that in a minute. Here's one comment. Imagine getting kicked out of Catholic school for quoting the Bible. Well, okay, that is technically yes. That is what happened technically, yes. Where's the comments? Ah, here we go. Here's one of them. Imagine getting arrested for stating facts. That's not what happened. Okay. When telling the truth is a crime, that's not the crime. That's not why he was arrested. Okay. And yeah, this probably does make sense. The Catholic school needs to be taken to court for falsely advertising itself as a Catholic school. If you go to a Christian or Catholic school, okay, a private school, you should be able to quote from the Bible. There's a separation of church and state here in the U.S., okay, which means you're not really allowed to get God involved in the curriculum or whatever. You're still allowed, however, as a student going there, to pray privately or even at the, maybe at the lunch table or whatever. You're even allowed to read the Bible, just not publicly, in class or whatever, I guess. So that part, yeah, I agree, you're not really a Catholic school if you're not allowed to be Catholic and state scripture. Okay. Here we go. So here's another one where the person's confused. He states a biological fact and gets arrested. That's not why he was arrested. Okay? It's not why. There you go. Someone else caught on to it. This guy says, nobody should be kicked out of school over an opinion. We agree. He was arrested for trespassing, not for stating his stance. What happens with this video, people, is that it was very misleading, because I think anyone watching this video, it's kind of sensationalized to make you think, oh, a kid was arrested because he stated that, you know, there's males and females and nothing else. It's not why. So I'll pull up my comment. There we go. Okay. He was kicked out of school, then likely arrested for trespassing. I wrote this before I researched it. I also researched it too. And I do end up being correct. Not for his views from the good book. I'm all for truth. Let's be totally honest. Not fudge a story to further an agenda. Okay. Now, we're going to get to the point where I check this out. Hold on, let me just pause the recording. Using good old screen recorder again. And here we go. So, high school student, this is from the Toronto Sun. See that up there at the top? Okay, Toronto Sun. It's an online publication, apparently for, you know, Ontario, Canada, right? Toronto. Okay. High school student suspended. Okay, first, so he was suspended. And then even this kind of gets it a little bit wrong in the headline. So what they want to do, obviously, in the media, it's typical to sensationalize a headline. You kind of fudge the truth a little bit to get people to read or listen, which in my opinion is not a good idea, because then people get the wrong idea. Then people that repeat the story incorrectly. Arrested for saying only two genders. The funny thing is, when you read down, they even go against their own headline, which is, you say it here one way, but then down below you say it differently in the details. Let's get to that, shall we? Okay. So here's a little picture, apparently. Josh Alexander is met by police after trying to return to his high school in Renfrew. I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry. After a suspension. Now, what happens if you're suspended from school? You're basically told you cannot return to school grounds. That's what happens. What was it? Trespassing. Let's get to that, I think. I think it's down here somewhere. I think I saw it. In the name of diversity, a Catholic school, blah, blah, blah. Suspended a student and had him arrested for saying that there are only two genders, but that's not quite that's not really what happened either. Okay. He was suspended. Let's see here. Here we go. Now we're getting to the... Get rid of that. Now we're getting to the guts of this thing. On Monday, Alexander returned to class and was promptly met by the vice principal, arrested by 2 local police officers, and charged with trespassing. There you go. He was suspended, which means they told him, you gotta leave and don't come back unless we give you permission to come back. At that point, if you were told to leave a premises, it is now a crime to return to that premises. The crime is called trespassing. So we don't get the entire story, obviously, because we weren't there. Okay, the police weren't even there for the whole thing. But notice, it doesn't say he stated that there was only male and female, and then arrested. He tried to return to class, and was promptly met by the vice principal, then arrested. I'm guessing what happened is the kid probably like tried to argue with the vice principal. That's not how you do things. You might write a letter to the school board trying to appeal the decision of the suspension. Okay? Maybe plead your case, maybe make an apology. Maybe say, hey, I'll tone it down from now on if it's really that big a deal to you guys. Or maybe, I don't know, get homeschooled. I don't know. Do something else. Maybe that's not the right school for you. Okay? But then after probably arguing with the vice principal, you know, kid's probably like, no, I want to go to school. What I said was correct. Hey, on that point, me and Josh agree. There's male, there's female, that's it. Okay? If you want to argue about intersex, guys, that's a medical issue that can typically be corrected by a doctor who knows how to identify between male and female using cues such as hormones, chromosomes, that kind of thing. Okay. And I guess what they do is, even if the like the genitalia are like a little messed up, they can kind of like fix it, you know. So now it's gonna look like it's supposed to look for your gender, okay? And there were those comments in the video too. It's like, oh no, there's, you know, no, intersex is not a gender. It's male and female. So I'm all for the kid. But don't lie for a story and then say he was arrested for his views. No. He was met by the vice principal after trying to return to class after his suspension, after he was told, leave and stay off the premises. And now you're being charged with trespassing. That's the crime. That's why the police hauled him away. He trespassed. You're told to leave. It doesn't matter where you're told to leave. If you're throwing a fit at McDonald's because they got your coffee, because your coffee is cold and nasty, and then you're told to leave, you can now be charged with trespassing if you persist and stay on the premises. If you're told to leave, you leave. You don't get to complain afterwards that you were arrested if you were told to leave and then don't leave. Okay? That's how it works. So, okay. But as far as the rest of the story, you know, there's quotes here. It was about male students using female washrooms, gender dysphoria and male breastfeeding, blah, blah, blah. Everyone was sharing their opinions on it. Any student who wanted to was participating, including the teacher, Alexander said. I said there were only two genders, and you were born either male or female, and that got me in trouble. Okay, so so that's where we can get into like another conversation over whether or not a Catholic school had that right to boot him out and tell him to leave, because that's where I'm confused. It's like, but you're a Catholic school, don't you have these views as part of your curriculum? Because you can, in fact, back, you know, the concept of two genders up with even basic biology. You don't even need the Bible to say that. You can just say, hey, biology agrees with the Bible. In the Bible it says, you know, let me find it. I'll try to find it for you guys. Let me just pause again here. Okay, I'm back. I'm a little embarrassed as to how long this took me to find it. It should have been like real quick, right? Anyway, let me take my little face off, because I'm about to start reading and I have to like kind of duck down. It's going to look real stupid. So let me just get rid of this. Now I can read, okay. Guys, if you have a Bible handy, you can read this in Genesis chapter 1. We're going to start in verse 26. This is specifically from the New King James Version. Okay. Then God said, let us make man in our own image. Now, just to quickly pause, when it says man, it typically means mankind. Okay. So let us make mankind in our image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. In other words, all animals, okay? So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female. He created them. Okay? And then he finally says, you know, guys, go out there and, you know, make babies. Okay? And that's exactly what happens. All right? So why a Catholic kid was told he can't state, you know, can't quote the Bible and say, hey, there's male and female, that's it. I don't know, but Josh Alexander was not arrested in Canada for stating his beliefs. He was arrested for trespassing after he was suspended from school. I'm all for Christian beliefs and stating them as truth. And I'm all for standing up for your beliefs. Okay, but if you don't want to get arrested, don't trespass. You don't need to fudge a story or a headline, okay, in order to get people to listen to a story. I'm sorry, but let me just back up here, right? Let me just pause again. Oh, sorry. I'm like, am I online again? I can't see my timer. I was like, nope, it's there. I just covered it up. This guy here, the former Fox guy, I don't know if he's still with Fox or if he came back to Fox or whatever, but like, dude, have integrity. Be the guy we expect you to be, okay? And don't twist words to get people to listen to your stories. You don't gotta do that. Let me see if I can rewind this.
A high school student in Canada has been arrested for declaring that men and women are different. Josh.
See, right there, boom. That was it. Did you see it? Did you hear it? Did you hear it? I'll try to find it again. Gonna rewind. No, rewind it. Right. Hold on. Now, he says it fast. One more time.
A high school student in Canada has been arrested for declaring that men and women are different. Josh.
No, he was not arrested for declaring that men and women were different. Joshua Alexander was arrested for trespassing after he was suspended, and then when you're suspended, you're basically told, don't come back on school grounds. Any place has the right to tell you you can't come back on our grounds or into our building. Doesn't matter where it is. If they say stay away, stay off, do it. If you don't do it, you can get arrested. That's why Josh Alexander was arrested. Not for stating there's only male and female. Come on. Okay. It's misleading. Why I decided to make a video about this, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe to make a point, don't make misleading headlines. It's just not a good idea. Anyway, thank you, Daily Dose of Masculinity, for allowing me to use this without your permission. But technically, I'm just really using the recording that was given out freely to people to use, apparently. Because that's not like what's his face can say. Don't use my article that or my the news I put out there. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm sure you get the point now, right? Don't lie to get people to listen to you. If you got something to say, be truthful and say it truthfully. Don't twist stuff just for people's attention. You don't need to do that. It's not cool. It lacks some what's that word? Integrity. It's lacking integrity. You can keep your integrity and still get people to listen. See ya. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. Do hope you enjoyed. And if you didn't, go ahead and leave a big old fat thumbs down there. And please tell me why in the comments. And I will be happy to try to make a better video for you guys in the future. And as always, you know what to do. Please go ahead and leave any questions, comments, or polite constructive criticism down below. Thanks for watching.